who was on this thing, and I'm just like, all of a sudden I hear this and I'm like, my heart is like pounding, and I'm like, why are they revving the engine? Like, what's going on? Why are they not just leaving? Like, you know? And so, I don't know, the guy kind of yells another thing, and then he kind of yells like, get out of here. Hi guys, welcome back to I Eat
Pie!
And today we are going to be eating the Baconator. But it's Wendy's versus homemade. Now, made two versions of the homemade. I mean, it's not two versions. One just has the regular sesame seed bun, and then the other one, I wanted to do something a little bit different and make it a sweet bun. So we did it with pineapple bun.
Yeah.
Is that Chinese? Or
Yeah,
is that...
it's like a Chinese baked good.
And then salad.
Yeah, of course. But anyways, with the Baconator, this is both our first times eating Baconator. And yeah.
The biggest fan of bacon anyways. But it has two patties, both have cheese, which I use vegan cheese on ours, and then 6 pieces of bacon, which we mimicked this one because they only put 5 pieces of bacon, so we actually only put 5 pieces of bacon on ours, so we just did the same as what we got. And then it's just ketchup and mayo, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's like no onions, no pickles, no lettuce, no tomato. Yeah. It's literally just meat, cheese.
That's why we had to have our salad here. So we have some lettuce, some tomatoes, some cucumbers, and then the wifey also pickled some onions. So we have some onions in there as well.
Okay, so let's pray and then I'll cut them up.
Yeah.
Cut them in half.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you that we're able to celebrate Shan's birthday today. And I just pray that you bless this for everybody. Amen. Also, it is Shan's birthday today.
Ah, just kidding. Just see that. Okay, so basically we're just cutting them in half so that way
we can try both
different variations.
All of them. Okay, so this was actually a fan request. And Carly Hodgins requested for the Wendy's Baconator. That's why we're doing it. So yeah, if you guys wanted a shout out, just give us suggestions. If we use it, we'll give you a shout out.
I know, but I think, won't it be hard with the people who have already suggested? We've got like wing suggestion, which that one will be good. You will be super excited about that one. I forget. But a bunch. So we wrote them all down.
There's lots of bacon.
I love how he says he's not clumsy. Okay, I'm actually going to try the Baconator first.
Oh yeah, since we both haven't tried that.
That's what it looks like.
So yeah, it's like, was it just American cheese?
Yep. And just ketchup.
Ketchup and bacon.
I mean, it tastes like a Baconator.
Actually, I didn't think the bacon was really pop. It was mostly just like the beef patty for me.
I got lots of bacon in mine.
So anyways, for shoutouts, so our last video that we made, if you guys guessed Chan's favorite superhero, we would give you a shoutout. But no one guessed it. A lot of people guessed like Superwoman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
Captain America.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. All those were guessed. But it's actually Thor. Thor is my favorite.
Yeah. And this is what ours look like. Lots more bacon. And this is with the pineapple bun.
Yeah, so that's with a sweet bun. And this is the non-sweet bun version.
Definitely better. No, the patty.
The patty tastes better already.
This one's definitely better than the normal Baconator because of the sweet bun. Adds a little bit of sweetness to the savory. Perfect.
It's not hard to make, guys. You can do it at home. You don't need to run through the... We should do what your favorite superhero is. Wait, do you have a favorite superhero?
Yes.
Or no? Oh, you do? Okay.
But he's not a mainstream superhero. He's like not in... Well, he had like one movie. Oh, that's the clue. He was in one movie, but he's not in the Avengers at all.
So who do you think it is? Someone not mainstream. Take a guess, you'll get a shout out. Also, I know the girls did a video about our camping trip, but I feel like did they tell all the stories?
They missed a bunch.
Okay. I have to tell this story that made my adrenaline run through my veins to where I was like shaking. First night, don't even get me started. Our second night at the campsite. Well, first of all, when we got there, all the sites were taken. And so the lady was like, but we have an overflow campground. So you just kind of have to go around. It's like a different kind of part of the peninsula area. And so we're in this, and it's kind of like a little bit overgrown. Like it's just not a kept campground kind of thing. I mean, it's kind of outdoorsy anyways. So like there's just outhouses. You're right on the lake. And there's no like running water. Whatever garbage you have, you pack it in, you pack it out kind of thing. That sort of. So it's still like rustic style camping. There's no campers, right? There's no campers or anything. Unless you have a camper on the back of your truck and you can drive it in. Because you have to take old logging roads to get there. Anyways, okay, so we're not even in the regular well-kept campsite. We're now over in the overflow campsite, which is like, whatever, a little bit further away. And it kind of is like peninsula-like as well, like just kind of juts out. And so when you drive in, there's only one drive in, or you have to back out. You can't just drive in, do a loop, and go around. It's not like that. And then the campsites are on either side of that one drive-in. And there's maybe like, what, six overflow campsites? If you kind of pack people close together. Anyway, so when we got there on the Thursday night, there was another, like, two kind of couples that were already kind of camping together or whatever. And they looked a bit rough, but I mean, whatever. Like, we're out in the boonies, so that makes sense. Okay, so we're in our tent, sound asleep. It's gonna be, what was it, 12:30 or 1 in the morning. And all of a sudden, I am woken up by what sounds like a helicopter.
But first, what happened before that?
I'll tell that after, though.
Yeah,
but this part is like, I'm just focusing on this one story right now. Okay, so we're all dead asleep. All the kids, Grant and I, dead asleep. We get woken up by what sounds, honestly, like a helicopter landing right in the middle. Like, it was so loud. Now, I have, you know, when I lived in Grand Forks in high school, like, I've been on ATVs. I know that they're loud. But they're not like extremely loud where you're like, oh, you want to cover your ears. You know what I mean? Unless you have maybe sensitive ears. That makes sense. But anyway, so we're like woken up from a dead sleep. All of a sudden I'm like, what's that sound? Like, it's so loud right in the middle. And there's multiple, what do we call it? We said that, so they were kind
of like golf carts, like ATV golf carts.
Yeah, where you can sit like two people side by side in the giant ATV-ish like thing. So you can just bomb around, and it's like a steering wheel and stuff, right? But it's for like outdoors. Anyways, so it was like at least 3 of them come barreling down, right? And then they start like revving their engine and whatever. And so the Roughing It campers that had already been there before we even got there, they had kind of been like drinking or whatever, and not like partying or anything, nothing crazy, but just, you know, they've been drinking around the fire and chatting and whatever. And so the one guy, he's like, what does he yell? He's got his beer bottle in his hand, and I mean, they were swearing and stuff too, but he's like, basically tells the guy to get out of there.
Yeah.
Because he's like ready to like fight. Because he's like, what are you doing? Like, there's no space left for them to camp. And like, why are you revving your engine at, you know, and like waking everybody up? Yeah. Who was on this thing? And I'm just like, all of a sudden I hear this and I'm like, my heart is like pounding. And I'm like, why are they revving the engine? Like, what's going on? Why are they not just leaving? Like, you know? And so, I don't know, the guy kind of yells another thing. And then he kind of yells like, get out of here. And so then the people behind him like back up or whatever. So then I guess the guy in front like revs again. And I'm just thinking like, oh my goodness, like the boys' tent was a little bit a ways from our big tent where we were and then the girls were. And so I'm like, I'm like, oh dear Lord, like please don't let these people that have come at 1:30 in the morning, revving their engine, start a fight or try to like run over other tents or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know these people. We're out in the woods, like people be crazy sometimes out in the woods.
And there's probably drinking involved too.
Oh, I'm sure. It's like 1:30 in the morning. There's gonna be, you know, some sort of madness. Anyway, so my heart is racing. Like I have we're still in our tent. We've not gotten out of our tent, but I'm like going through things that could like possibly happen and okay, what's gonna happen? Like, I'm glad that the people who were across from us weren't like afraid kind of thing. Like he was literally ready. Like if the guy was gonna get off the ATV type thing to fight, like he wasn't gonna just, you know. So in that I was like, okay, I feel a bit better about that I wouldn't be like, you know. But then I don't know why I kept thinking like that because it was so loud, I was like, man, this vehicle that he's driving has to be huge. Like I just was like, it's so crazy loud. Like I did not definitely did not think ATV. Anyway, sorry, all that to say, they basically peeled out of there, and in the morning we did see the two dirt marks, which also could have been from the people that came before, but peeled out of there like super loud. And then we hear them, because they're so loud, going all the way down to the regular campsite, and not the, because we were in the overflow, remember? So they go down to the regular campsite, they take that long road all the way down there. We can still hear the vehicle the whole time. My heart is pounding. I'm thinking, please don't come back, please don't come back, please don't come back. I'm like praying, I'm like, Lord, just like keep my children safe, like please don't let anything happen. And I'm like shaking. I'm like, you know, like the adrenaline is pumping.
I'm just calm
and this guy here is like laying in bed, and I'm like, did you hear that? Can you hear that?
It's not like I was asleep the whole time.
No.
I was aware, I was listening, so like if anything did happen, I don't know what I'd do, but
something,
yeah. But yeah, I didn't feel that anxiety or that like that survival
that adrenaline,
instinct. Yeah,
like I need to,
like my survival instinct didn't kick in. Either that's one, God just be like, it's fine, man, don't worry about it, or I don't have a survival instinct.
You don't have a survival instinct? I think you do, because I know you are very like protective of like the kids and I, like, so I feel like, you know, if you got to that point there would be something. But anyway, so we can hear, back to the story, we can hear the vehicle, the ridiculously loud vehicle that literally sounds like it has no muffler on it, go all the way down to the other regular campsite. It's there for a little bit and then just backs up. It's like ripping out of there, like so loud and fast, because you can hear it coming all the way back up the like path or whatever, because obviously it's like a weekend, 1:30 in the morning, there's not going to be any sites available for you. So anyways, they rip up and they're idling kind of at like the top, and so I'm like looking out my window, I can see their lights, I'm literally starting to shake, because I'm like, if they come back here, then they're looking for a fight, because there's no room for them, so it doesn't make sense that they would come back at all. And I hear a lady like yell something, and then all of a sudden the other two ones like take off, and you can hear them as they're driving away and going up the hill, like you can hear all that because they're so loud. And then finally the super loud one you can hear kind of take off and start heading, so the noise is getting farther away, and I'm just like, oh, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. But even as I'm laying down there, I'm just like, Babs knows, like I was like shaking, my legs were shaking, like, you know when you get like really really cold and your teeth are chattering and like you're just kind of like shaking and like, ugh, or maybe you don't, but I do when I get really cold. And I wasn't cold, like my feet were hot, because I was in like we were in a really good sleeping bag, like I was warm, I had my down vest on, like I was not cold at all. And I was like, this is so crazy. But then it wasn't until after, when I had kind of like, okay, prayed and like kind of calmed down a bit, and then I was like, yeah, it doesn't make sense that they would have come back, because they would have probably wreaked havoc at the other campsite, you know what I mean, because she's the one that would have said like, no, there's no space for you here. So then I was like, the fact that they just were like, okay, and then left, you know, then I should have been like, okay, you know, that's logical, they're just gonna leave and not come back. And I don't, but in my head at the time when my adrenaline is pumping, I'm thinking like, okay, how do I get the kids out of the tent if they start like, you know what I mean, or start fighting, because we were right across from the other guys that were like ready to fight if they weren't gonna leave. And the other guys, I think Salem said they were carpenters. Like they had a dog, they were super chill, like they were really nice, they were very like, you know, kind to the kids and stuff, and let the kids play with their dog and like stuff like that. So I mean, it wasn't, you know, but they were definitely they wouldn't have put up with anything from like outsiders, you know.
They were a pretty big group too, so.
Do you think so? There was the one guy and his wife, and then the other guy, and then there was that really tall guy. He was probably like 6'5" with the really short girl. So yeah, I guess there was about 6 of them.
I would say around like 6 to 8 people. So, and then we have like the rest of the camp. So I'm assuming like other.
Yeah, but the other people didn't like. They didn't do anything. They didn't. You know what I mean? Like it was just they were chill. And I think that the one guy, when I had my window rolled down, I could see, like I couldn't see exactly what was going on, but I could kind of see like some of the other stuff. And the one older couple that had been there, on the like the opposite side, but more on this side, they were literally in their vehicle, like as if they were gonna like, if anything happened, leave.
Oh.
I was like, oh. But they didn't because, you know, thank the Lord, nothing crazy happened. But it was intense for me. Obviously not intense for Babs. And the girls, it woke the girls up. Like, it woke everybody up because it was so
except for
loud.
Sam slept through the whole thing.
You slept through the whole thing? That's nuts. I don't even know how. I mean, I know he was tired, but like, that's nuts.
Yeah. But the reason why we think it was just for intimidation was that earlier that night they came in. It was probably like 10 or something. It was quite dark, and you just hear a truck just like rip it down the path. And one of the guys that are from our campsite yelled, "There's campers with kids out here. Slow down! What are you guys doing?" Something like that. And then they say something to him, like the guys that came in the truck. They said something to him. And then they just ripped it back out, and the guy that was yelling back at him, he just said I drive a Prius. Nobody says I drive a Prius.
I'm like, oh, that's true. Who would yell, I drive a Prius? Unless one, either you're crazy and you want to, you know what I mean? Or you're literally like, bro, I drive a Prius. Like, don't get upset with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a fighter.
But yeah.
I don't know.
Besides that, camping was good. Goodish. That's definitely the craziest camping experience that I've had.
100%. 100%.
Let us know in the comments what kind of camping experience you've had.
Yes, tell us some of your
crazy
stories.
Ones, scary ones. I'm sure you guys have some crazy stories out there too.
Also, we found out how allergic to mosquitoes Babs is. Very. I haven't tried this one yet. Is this one your favorite? I'm going to try the sweet bun one.
Well,
After that experience, though, would you go back there?
to the overflow or to the original campsite?
Either.
I think the thing that would make me the most hesitant is just the amount of bugs we had out there. Because, I mean, yeah, I'm sure that experience was quite traumatizing for
me.
For Shan and the girls, but it didn't turn me off to camping or anything like that. Mostly the bugs, the mosquitoes were just insane. Every time you walk out, they would just come at your with your ankles, and you'd
on my butt.
Yeah, like I think I got 50-something mosquito bites, and I don't think I've ever gotten that many. Not even close. Maybe like 10 total for camping, but that was on the first day too.
It was like attack of the killer mosquitoes.
And we weren't safe in the car because the mosquitoes got into the car. So we were probably getting bit the whole night.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, if you wanted a chance to another shout out, what is my favorite superhero?
Alright, you guys. That's it.
Make sure you leave a comment of all your fun camping experiences.
All the things.
And yeah, we'll catch you next time on
Bye.